What's up, good people? Welcome back to the White Family Farmstead. Let's talk about some things you should consider if you are thinking about raising goats. Let's talk about fencing. You should consider having good fencing for the goats because goats are good escaping artists. If you don't have sufficient grass on your property and the grass is greener on the other side of the fence, they will try to go on the other side of the fence by any means necessary. So in the back of the property we end up using a chain link fence 6 foot high to keep the goats in, and the chain link fence does a good job of keeping the goats in. Okay, on the side of the property I didn't fence it off because it already had existing fencing. The neighbors had, it almost looked like a cattle panel fence. As it goes up, the squares get bigger in the fence. If you look and see, the squares get bigger. But what was happening was my goats were sticking their head through the fence, and the horns was getting stuck in between the fence. So what I had to do is I went to Tractor Supply and I bought this smaller fence and run it alongside the other fence so they don't get their head stuck in the fence no more. So I don't suggest you buying cattle panel fencing for goats. Find goat fencing for goats. It will save you a lot, especially if your goats has horns, from sticking their head through the fence and getting their head caught in the fence. So all depends on the goats, what breed you have, and are you using it for milk goats, are you using it for meat goats? All depends on what you're planning to do with the goats. Make sure you have a dry place for them to sleep, because goats don't really like getting wet like cattle. So you got to have somewhere dry for them to sleep and get out the rain. Very important, having somewhere for them to get out the rain. Okay, so this is one of my goat pens. I made a feeder here for the hay, and also I used pallets on top so they could get out the rain and stay dry in case it rains. They don't really like sleeping. If they pee and poop, all the pee and poop could fall down on the bottom. That way they're not sitting in the pee and the poop. So we end up choosing Kiko goats for our homestead. They are higher tolerance for parasites, but we also try to keep up a deworming schedule on how often we deworm our goats if needed be. You would want to check the eyes. Pull the goat eyes down to check the bottom to see if it's red or white, to know how much you need to deworm your goats. So all depends on the breed you're having. At least have a goat that has a high tolerance and fights off parasites. Otherwise you're going to be in for a rude awakening. Those parasites can knock out a goat real quick, and you're going to be having a lot of vet bills, or a lot of goats will be unfortunately pass away. Those parasites are nothing to play with, especially with goats. So another thing, do you have enough property to browse and forage and eat, or do you have to supplement and bring some hay and some grain? So all those stuff you have to kind of put in consideration when you're thinking about raising goats. Are you going to do because sometimes you have to trim the goats' hoofs. All depends if your place stays like mushy and wet all the time, or if you don't have enough rocks to shave down the goat hooves. So if you find this video was helpful in any way, don't forget to like, comment, hit the notification bell below, and you'll be updated every time we post a video on our page. Once again, thank you guys for watching. the White Family Farmstead. Peace.